Hi y'all, my name is Alyssa.
And I'm Noah, and we're the Backpacking Beauty, your guide to budget travel.
Welcome back to our How Much It Costs series. If you're new here, this is a series where we go through the countries we've visited and tell you how much they cost to help you prepare for your next adventure.
Today we're in beautiful and sunny Croatia. It's definitely one of the most fascinating countries in the Balkans, but also probably the most expensive country that we've been to at least.
Yeah, so let's get straight into it. Alright guys, so the first thing up is accommodations. We're not sponsored by them, unfortunately, but we almost exclusively book with Airbnb because it's the best budget option for us. So on average, a night in Dubrovnik is $110 Canadian, but we were able to find one for $42 a night, and that was the cheapest we could find. And it was kind of like a really small studio with the addition of a 2-burner stovetop and a sink. In Zagreb, the average cost of a night in Airbnb was $86, and the cheapest thing that we could find was a really small studio with no Wi-Fi and no AC, believe it or not, for $36 a night Canadian.
Okay guys, next up is food. So we're gonna put the chart on the screen now. We're comparing meals in each of the two cities. So for the food we're comparing, for breakfast, we're having an omelet and coffee. Lunch, we're having a pizza. And dinner, we're having a pork entree with a glass of wine. In Dubrovnik, this day of food would cost you $62 Canadian. In Zagreb, the same day of food would cost you $42 Canadian.
Alright guys, so the next thing we'll talk about is sightseeing. So we did videos for both of these already. So for Dubrovnik, we'll link that video now. A full day of sightseeing will cost you about $40 Canadian. And then we did a video as well for Zagreb. So for a full day of sightseeing in Zagreb, we'll link that now, will be about $23 Canadian. Of course, Croatia is quite an expensive area, especially areas that are on the sea. So you can easily double or quadruple this if you add in some extra activities.
Okay guys, next up is transportation. So the first mode of transportation that we wanted to talk about is walking. So it's free in both cities. This is what we recommend. Next up is taxis in both cities. So a taxi in Dubrovnik is $1.80 per kilometer, and a taxi in Zagreb is $1 per kilometer. Next up is local buses. So a local bus in Dubrovnik is $3 per ride, and a local bus in Zagreb is $1.40 per ride. Finally, buses between cities. Getting between cities is a lot more expensive in Croatia than in the rest of the Balkans, and a ride from Dubrovnik to Split costs $28 Canadian.
Okay guys, so that brings us to the total cost, so let's get started. First up is accommodations. So for a night in Dubrovnik, it'll cost you on average $110, and for a night in Zagreb, on average, it'll cost you about $86.
Then is food. So one day of food in Dubrovnik will cost you $62, and one day of food in Zagreb will cost you $42 Canadian.
Then next is sightseeing. So for a full day of sightseeing in Dubrovnik, it'll cost you about $40, and in Zagreb, a full day of sightseeing will cost you about $23. Okay, so grand total time. So for Dubrovnik, the grand total for a day is
$212 Canadian.
And the grand total for Zagreb for a full day is
$151 Canadian.
Alright, so those are your totals, guys. That's how much it costs to live in Croatia.
Okay guys, this concludes our video. How much does it cost Croatia?
So just remember, these are just averages. This is what we saw when we were in these cities, and we always pick one more expensive city, so we did Dubrovnik, and one lesser expensive city, which is Zagreb.
And if you're liking these videos, remember to smash that subscribe button and turn on alerts.
And let us know in the comments below, what is the most expensive thing when you travel? Let us know in the comments, and then we can maybe make a video to help you to budget travel and make that cost a little bit less. Alright, I hope this has inspired you to travel and helped you to plan your next adventure.
As always, stay safe and happy travels.